Solo leveling has been breaking records since Season 2 got released, and I've come to the point where a single episode every week is just not enough. That's why I broke the promise that I made to myself 3 years ago, which was to never play another netmarble-made video game ever again. In this video, we'll be talking about my experience playing Solo Leveling Arise and the state of the game after a year of updates, and also a lore about why I cursed the video game company called Netmarble. With that, let's start the video. If you're not aware, the most popular solo leveling game in the market right now is Solo Leveling Arise, which is made by, you guessed it, Netmarble. Now you might ask, what's so bad about Netmarble? Well, sit back and relax, because I'm going to tell you a story of young me. By young me, I meant me 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Netmarble released a game called Ni no Kuni Crossworlds. I was hyped because at that time I was a huge fan of the movie for the game. Just like right now with solo leveling, I'm a simple man. I see a good anime, and I try to find a game to get more of the experience. So I immediately installed Ni no Kuni Crossworlds. What I missed was this game being play to earn, and this game has a PvP. Which if you play a lot of games like me, then you should know that this is a recipe for disaster. But young me seems to not understand that. So I played the game, and I was enjoying it at first because I was topping the leaderboards even though I'm only free to play in that game, knowing damn well that I was just getting carried by the people who actually swiped at that game. I enjoyed this game so much that it pushed me to start content creation covering that game. Your next question must be, it looks like everything is going well because I'm having fun and I'm even topping the leaderboards. Then why did you curse the game? The reason why I cursed that game is because as I was playing, I slowly started to realize that I'm amounting to almost nothing when playing that game. Yes, I'm topping the leaderboards on 3 versus 3 PvP, but that's because they have this system where it balances your power with the enemy. So if I only have 100,000 power, then I would have a teammate with 1,000,000 power to balance out the game. But in the open world, I'm just that NPC on an anime. When you're playing an MMORPG or any RPG games in that regard, you should feel like you're the hero of the story. But playing this game didn't make me feel like a hero solely because it doesn't matter how hard I grind. I could be playing 12 hours a day, and my enemy would always just one-shot me because they paid for power. If you're an MMO player, imagine you're playing Diablo Immortal, and then suddenly a dude named Elon Musk decided to slap you. Now, an Elon Musk slap alone shouldn't hurt much. But if Elon Musk paid to hire the Power Slap champion to slap you, you know damn well that the next thing that you will see is black and a ringing sound. That game alone completely destroyed the image of Netmarble to me. That's why when I first heard that Solo Leveling Arise was releasing, I was extremely hyped, but was immediately turned off when I saw that Netmarble was the one who made the game. This is the sole reason why I didn't touch the game on its release, and I didn't bother to even check what the game is going to be about until I watched Solo Leveling Season 2. Now I'm completely desperate to find a game where I could be like Sung Jin Woo, but I didn't download it immediately. I was desperate to find a game that could quench my hunger, but not desperate enough to break my promise, so I first went to Roblox, but to no luck because every solo leveling game in the platform was just a tower defense game, which I'm not a fan of. So I downloaded the game feeling defeated, but also curious about what this game has to offer. At first, I was surprised when they decided to give Sung Jin Woo as a free character when they could have definitely made him a cash cow and released the different versions of Sung Jin Woo at different timelines. This gave me the motivation to continue playing the game because I want more action with Sung Jin Woo. The game is very enjoyable, and I personally am not a fan of reading manga because I'm not really good at imagining things. But the story mode in this game had me hooked with its beautiful art, sound effects, and cutscenes helping me imagine and play the scenes in my head. Though I've already watched some of the scenes in the anime, I still want to see how they made the scene in the game. Plus, there are scenes in the game that are still not released in the anime, just like this fight with the Ant King Baru. Everything was going well at the first hour of playing, and I was starting to think that maybe this is not the Netmarble that I know. Okay, this is the Netmarble that I know. Every second of every day I was introduced to more promos to get more power in the game, and what's worse is I always got this red exclamation mark, which if you've played literally any game, You know just how annoying it is to not be able to remove that mark. It's like everywhere I look, there's a landmine called microtransaction, and one wrong step and my credit card would go negative. What's worse is I can't remove it because I don't want to spend money on the game right now. Like, is the gacha still not enough? But I found the light in this situation, because as I was playing, I noticed that I'm getting a lot of wishes that I don't even know where they're coming from. Granted that I just started, but this is a crazy amount. I mean, just look at all this SSR in my inventory. With all the gems in my pocket, I'm just sitting here because, for some reason, I'm luckier in this game than in other gacha games. But still, I'm happy that there are a lot of rewards being given, but the amount of microtransactions in my face is just very annoying. Moving on to the combat in the game, as Sung Jin Woo, there are a lot of different playstyles that you could play in this game. You could even use a bow and a bat with him. The combat skill combo is very smooth, but there are times when I feel like the targeting is a bit clunky, but most of the time it feels good. The animations on each weapon that you use on SJW change depending on what you equip. For example, I got lucky and got this weapon called Demon King's Dagger, and this weapon, when activated, will make SJW dash into the enemy, slashing them and making my basic attack look like I'm a thunder god. This other dagger that I got performs quick slices on the ground with a clean art style and also has clean basic attack animations too. New hunters are also introduced here, just like this very strong unit called Goto Ryuji, which was introduced in the anime as the leader of the Japanese guild called the Draw Sword Guild and was with the Jeju Island Strike Squad, along with other favorites like Cha Hae-in and Lee Ju-hee. The only thing that turns me off about the combat of this game is the auto-fighting system. Like, if you're going to play a game just to turn on the auto-fight system, are you even playing at all? Granted that you can't auto-fight your way out of tough enemies, it still removes the immersion that actually playing the game gives you. When the game starts to throw you around to teach you how to upgrade your characters as well as how to get those upgrade materials, it may become very confusing at first because of the amount of things that you need to do to make your character stronger, but after playing for 3 days, I'm getting the hang of it and getting less and less confused with the buttons that I'm clicking. This game story is definitely the main attraction of this game, and also the main source of your wishes. I mean, finishing a chapter rewards you with 7 wishes, not counting the gems that you get for finishing each stage. This game is being so generous that I'm questioning other gacha games why they can't do the same. Though I say that a microtransaction in my face every hour is annoying, I don't mind it if I keep on getting this many free wishes just for playing the game. The enemies and the bosses in the anime are very accurate in this game. Every enemy that Sung Jin Woo fought in the anime is already in this game. You are also capable of summoning shadows that you could get by gathering these soul items. After this week's episode, I'm sure that I'm going to be forced to get Beru because of how easily he defeated all those S-class hunters. This game made me feel like I'm actually the hero of the story, and it actually gave the fitting reward for the grind that I've done in the past few days of playing it. One thing that turns me off a little bit is the ranking system in the game. There are challenges in this game where you're able to compete with other players on who is the fastest one to clear content, and the game ranks you. I mean, how are you supposed to compete with people literally spending their life savings to get the maximum power? There are also rankings on how hard you grinded the current banner character in the game, and I'm embarrassed to say that I'm in the top 100. Lastly, there are also costumes in the game. Holy shit, forget everything bad that I've said. I take everything back. This is the best gacha game that I've ever played. This is definitely the Genshin killer. After gooning to Cha Hae-in, I checked out all the characters' costumes, and I already have some favorites. Overall, I think that this is a great game despite the amount of microtransactions, which makes me feel like I'm getting forced every hour to pay for something. The game's combat feels good, and you feel cool when attacking, which is critical for games like these. And if you want to continue the story of solo leveling, I think that this is a fun way to read it. So if you're hungry for more solo leveling action, or you want to feel like you're Sung Jin Woo, this is definitely the game for you. I'm trying to reach 5,000 subs this year, so if you like the video, consider giving me a sub. With that, see you in the next video.